A sporting gesture here as Chelsea applaud out Crystal Palace in recognition of their achievement in reaching the FA Cup final. Nicholas with the free kick. Palace try to move out and they haven't orchestrated it well enough because Kerry Dixon is back in business here. Jury sent flying by O'Reilly, and that is a yellow card. O'Reilly going for the ball, but Jury was just too quick for him. There's a chase on here for Dixon. And this is Stewart off the line by O'Reilly. Well, Graham Stewart in the first half of his first division game and denied a goal by O'Reilly. O'Reilly has come through the back of Jury again. Now, if that's a second bookable offence, I suspect it is, he's got to go. It's not a long walk. O'Reilly is sent off. Dixon. Kevin Wilson gets his 20th goal of the season. Lasso. Kevin Wilson. Dixon, and it was Stewart who came in to mark his debut in the best possible way.
Home sweet home on Monday. Manchester City were the last team to leave Goodison with a point back in mid-December. Derby keeper Martin Taylor left his line. Ray Attervelt's cross became a shot. Became his first goal for the club. Everton had to dig for their 8th consecutive league win on home soil. Derby equalised when Mick Harper's in the middle. The middle's where you put it, although this time he needed Mark Wright to pick up the pieces. But Everton substitute Kevin Sheedy gave the game a suitable winner, the sort of considered build-up that he'd appreciate. He showed his appreciation for the cross in time-honoured fashion.
Luton are in crisis whichever way you look at the moment, losing £6,000 a week off the pitch and 6 points from safety on it. Much of their suffering at the City grounds inflicted by Franz Carr, back from a loan spell at Sheffield Wednesday and seemingly with a point to prove. Carr's first goal of the season came 2 minutes before the hour mark. Luton's fans are trying to keep the faith, but it's being sorely tested. Their team offered little in attack and never looked like recovering after going behind. This was one of Forest's better days. Their second half recovery at Anfield on Saturday showed what they can do. The tally of 2 points from their previous 8 matches shows just how far they've fallen short of those standards. Carr's cross set up Gary Parker for the second goal and set up a much needed win with Wembley beckoning. It's been a tough time in particular for Nigel Clough. 12 games without a goal and playing as if he had the weight of the world on his shoulders. He ended that run with a neat turn and finish. Parker the provider. Luton look doomed and could be relegated as early as Saturday when they host Arsenal. Luton's defeat meant Manchester City would be mathematically safe with victory at Carrow Road, some achievement for a team who were bottom at Christmas. Howard Kendall has called on some old friends in the race for survival. Peter Reid and Mark Ward involved in the race towards the Norwich goal, with Adrian Heath running the anchor leg. City now 8 matches unbeaten, and their Goodison old boys are relishing their next assignment, a reunion with Everton this Saturday.
After a misplaced back pass, Gary Lineker took the chance in typical style. His season's tally now 25. Millwall's defeat watched by Bruce Rioch. After the match, Rioch appointed Millwall's new manager.
Coventry needed a lift after a run of 4 defeats in 5 games. Cyril Regis intercepted Andy Sinton's back pass and set in motion a chain of events that led to David Speedy flicking on for David Smith to open the scoring after 6 minutes. 1-0 against a Rangers side who had suffered 3 straight defeats themselves. Coventry were 2 up at Tottenham on Saturday and still lost, so there was no room for complacency despite early superiority. David Seaman kept Rangers in the game with that superb save from Paul Edwards, and the visitors equalise right at the end of the first half. David Bardsley's free kick, Danny Maddox's 3rd goal of the season. Coventry proving it doesn't matter how many defenders you deploy, they don't mark properly. That lapse ended up costing them 2 points despite their best efforts in the second half. Regis denied by Seaman, who then just got a touch to knock the ball away from the in-rushing Howard Clark.
Against Aston Villa, Graham Taylor said the game could have gone either way. They were sunk by 2 great examples of instinctive finishing. Mark Robins doing what comes naturally proved to be the difference. At Lillishall School of Excellence, Robins' nickname was Rummenigge. The comparison with West Germany's legendary international is fascinating. Blonde-haired, a predator by nature with a flair for the unorthodox. That was a classic goal.
Oh, that's sloppy. Straight at Eric Young. And here come Wimbledon again. And Charlton might pay for that. Wise is in and must score. Drilled in. And the sheer power of the shot took it beyond the goal line. Fashanu. Problems here again for Charlton, who trail 1-0. And that's a penalty. Fashanu doesn't miss many from the penalty spot. And there's another one. Confidently done. Charlton in real trouble now. They trail 2-0. And if they lose this, remember, they go down. Lee trying to find a way through. Sagers, that was a good save. And again. And in fact, the referee's whistle's gone now. And Charlton really playing for their pride here now. Here's Andy Jones. Driven in. Oh, it's come off Eric Young. And that's an own goal. 2-1. The end of the fairy tale, I'm afraid. Charlton are relegated.
There was a push by Hussein on Smith, the free kick to Arsenal, taken quickly, it comes from Merson, and he scores! Paul Davis caught the ball out with that free kick, and Merson finished it off in magnificent style. It's not often you get Liverpool caught out the way they were there. Look, they're not really paying attention as Davis takes that free kick. Merson takes it in his stride and hooks it brilliantly wide of Grobbelaar.
Well, it's certainly quick thinking, certainly superb play by the Arsenal people. Very quick thinking on Paul Davis' part, and a super turn and very sharp finish. I think if you see that again, Alan Hansen won't be too happy. He's actually turned his back on the ball.
And Barnes now. Shot charged down. Rosenthal trying to get once more to that byline. Gets there. Nicol. Crossed in once more. Barnes. It's there. John Barnes. Well, it was a goal that was always coming in the last quarter of an hour or so as Liverpool really applied the pressure. Ron Atkinson.
Yes, well, it's a good ball in, it's a super ball in. I think Arsenal are perhaps a little bit unfortunate. They've come up for upside and Bowles stayed in there, whether he couldn't quite get out with the rest of the back line. But full marks, Liverpool have deserved that. They've threatened it for some 10-15 minutes now, and they have deserved that.